So a question that I get asked a lot in the draft servers that I'm in is for Wi-Fi. Why do I not gen my Pokemon? And really, it's kind of a simple answer. I used to be a part of a community that did not condone cheating. So people would not generate their Pokemon through like hacking means or anything like that. And with like a with like a sort of big community, if you need something, you can always ask around and see if anybody's willing to help you. And so that just kind of stuck with me. But as that community no longer really exists, I'm still friends with a bunch of people from the community that I was a part of. But I could have started genning my Mons in Gen 9, but I still decided not to for my first Wi-Fi draft, kind of because I had spent so much time not genning Mons, and it didn't sit right in my mind of I know how to do all this, so why don't I just do it? I have the abilities to, and honestly, through all of it, I have learned so much when it comes to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I can honestly build a team and get everything ready within almost 2 days, maybe even less, depending on if I already have the Pokemon, I just need to level them up. And that's also one thing that I'm really happy with what Game Freak has been doing lately, within every single gen, is the fact that Game Freak has been doing a really good job of making it even easier for players to be able to get a team in game just so much faster. For the PUDL, I didn't have a lot of the Mons at first. I didn't have a competitive Iron Valiant at the time, because I never thought that I would use Iron Valiant in Wi-Fi, because I never thought that I would actually be able to draft it. And taking over the team that had Iron Valiant, I took a moment, got myself an Iron Valiant, got everything I needed for it, and it was super easy. I had Valiant done in 2-3 hours. And so when it comes down to it, getting Mons ready is so much easier than it used to be. And even then, it just keeps getting easier and easier. I imagine that once we get to Gen 10, things are going to be even easier. And, some people make the argument, why put in the time for it? You could save so much time just, genning the Mons and getting everything ready that way. And really, I find a lot of the enjoyment when it comes to... I still find it that way. I find a lot of the enjoyment when it comes to, competitive Pokemon and building teams is getting everything ready. I've learned a lot about Scarlet and Violet that I would not have learned about if I had just gen my Mons. I ended up finding a lot of newfound respect for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because I did not gen my Mons. And really, the other thing is, there was a point in time where I wanted to maybe get into VGC. And for VGC, if you gen your Mons, you get disqualified. So, if I ever did get into VGC, I'd have all the Pokemon already ready. And, I could build a team in, 2 hours or so and get that ready. So, it really just comes down to, it has really just come down to I've done it for so long. Why would I change up anything in what I am already able to do myself. And really, like, when it comes down to it, the only thing that, like, you know, is the hard part is, oh, hey, did I want to get this Pokemon shiny or not? And really, some of the shiny Pokemon are not as good as just their regular forms. And, you know, even then, I still like the regular forms of a lot of different Pokemon. And, you know, there are some Pokemon that, like, you know, I've grown an attachment to because I trained them up from nothing. And, you know, I wouldn't be able to get that if I just genned in everything. So, you know, I guess that can just kind of answer the question, but that is a question that I've been asked a bunch, is why I don't gen my Mons, and the answer is just because I'm used to it, and it just has been getting easier and easier. So, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I just wanted, like, you know, something to... This has been on my mind a lot, and I've been getting asked this a lot, so, you know, I figured I'd record this, and I can throw people this video if you know, they ask me in the future. So, I hope that you all enjoyed this video, though, and I hope that you all have yourselves a wonderful day.